stop what you're doing right now because the best internet drama of the year just happened. Now I know that's something kind of crazy to say since it's only the beginning of the year, but this is going to be a situation that's going to be really hard to beat. And if it somehow is, this is still going to be in the top 5 internet dramas of the year. And it is a CEO completely destroying his company because he wanted to go out of his way and make fun of someone on the internet. Now, this is something that actually already happened before with an energy drink company, but it ended up happening again. I don't know what's going on. I guess a bunch of these people are now doing this instead of actually running their company, but just like every story, let's start at the beginning. And that have us going to TikTok. Yeah, I bet you thought I was gonna say Twitter, but no, this time this drama starts on TikTok with this user right here. And she ended up posting a video of her gifting her dad a brand new pot. It's an extremely nice, wholesome video, and when the dad ended up getting the gift, he decided to go and cook her some food. You know, it's always nice to see family bond with each other, and everyone else in the comment section agree with that, except one person.
Okay, I don't normally make videos like this. I posted a video yesterday of my dad cooking for me with these hex-clad pans that we had gotten. There was a comment on there where the person goes, "Must be tough living a life on easy mode." I also didn't think the comment was rude at first, so I responded with, "Lucky to have parents who make it possible." And they responded, "Yeah, we get it. You have no skills and family money."
One, how does she think that this comment wasn't mean at first? That is something extremely surprising. I mean, this person is clearly going out of his way to make fun of you, so that's one thing I don't understand. And then also, what is this guy talking about with both of these comments? He is straight up just making stuff up because he knows absolutely nothing about this girl. All he literally did was see a TikTok of her dad cooking him food, and this is the conclusion that this guy comes down to. So you're telling me that if you are a father and you cook food for your family, you're apparently raising your kid on easy mode? I guess a lot of people are living on easy mode because they have parents who cook food for them, so they need to stop doing that immediately and start raising their children like a real man.
And at that point, I'm just like, okay, what the hell? Like, maybe this account is hacked, because from a business account, that seems kind of weird. So I send them an email and I'm like, hey, like, I think somebody's on your business account, like, leaving cyberbullying comments. Didn't say anything else. That was it. And then I get an email from the CEO of parchmentpaper.com, and he says, "I don't consider stating factual information cyberbullying. If you're offended over a comment about having no skill set while getting to frolic through life with family money is bullying, I'd call the cyber bully police, delete the comment, and move along. Cheers." Brandon Howard. How sweet of you to include founder and CEO in all of your information, actually.
So the CEO of the company decides to respond to the email and double down. First, let's talk about the email. The argument that he's using makes absolutely no sense. Like, he tries to use the whole route of saying that facts don't care about your feeling, that thing that a lot of Twitter users like to use. But kind of like 95% of the Twitter people who usually try to use that to win an argument, they just made something up. There is no facts. You know absolutely nothing about this person. You watch one video that they upload of their parent literally cooking food for them, then you straight up just decided to live in a fan fiction reality land so you can go and be mad at her. This is a prime example on what happens when you argue on the internet for too long. Your brain just 100% rots. Like, I guarantee if we check inside of Brian's head, it's going to be absolutely nothing but cobwebs and spider because his brain basically just eroded.
He goes back to the page and goes, "Cyberbullying is even more funny, and the fact that you emailed us to tell us is actually hilarious. Enjoy frolicking through life and leave the rest up to us adults who create actual economic value without a trust."
An extremely interesting direction to go down. Double down again. How can someone just ends up this bitter and this angry at the world that the second he sees a dad cooking their daughter food, this is automatically the conclusion that they come down to? And you know what's something that's even more funny? All of this could have ended because all the CEO really had to do was just go with the girl's story. She ended up contacting them thinking that the account got hacked, which 100% make sense. If anyone saw a business account saying something like that, that's probably the conclusion that most people will come down to, because if you are an official business account, most people think you're not going to say something like that or just go out of your way to insult people. So all he really had to do was go like, yeah, you were right, the account was hacked and everything will just be fine. This drama will just never happen. But instead, he decided to basically triple down, and that's probably going to be the worst decision that he ever made in his whole life. I guarantee that Brian sees this girl in his nightmares, because after that, it just kept on getting worse for him, and it is completely his fault.
That video went so much more viral than I thought it would. Honestly, I was just sharing my experience with what happened from a comment on a business account that was on my profile. Just because you deleted the comment doesn't mean it didn't happen, because I still have screenshots, timestamps, everything with your name on it. But I do want to say that I don't really appreciate people sending them death threats. That's never okay. But having said that, they did send me a legal notice. It came from info@parchmentpapers.com, and it says that they are really worried about the safety of their team, and if I don't remove the defamatory posts on TikTok, they will be taking legal action, which I don't believe it's defamatory, because I have proof of your name saying all of those things. All I said was I was trying to be a nice person and look out for your company. I thought you were hacked, because nobody in their right mind would leave those comments from a business account, but you did, and you continue to take it further and tell me that bring no economic value to this society or economy or whatever. So yeah, like, I don't believe it's defamatory. I also don't believe you have a legal department, because you signed it incorrectly. It says legal department at parchmentpapers.com. You forgot the dot.
And that is something that I easily agree with. This man literally went out of his way to insult someone, and now, since he's probably getting a bunch of backlash because people probably aren't really that happy that a CEO of a company is literally making fun of someone for absolutely no reason, he decides to instantly get his legal team, which seems to just completely not exist, because as the girl ended up explaining, there are tons of mistakes inside of the legal notice that he ended up sending to her. But that is just such a completely amazing move to do, and also something not really that surprising. Every single time when a company just makes a fool of themselves, this is like their first outcome. Oh man, people are hating on us, we need all of this to stop. Let's go automatically threaten to sue them and send legal action. But I don't think no one is destroying their own reputation, because this is just completely your fault that this is happening to you.
I did not think we would have another update, but you keep emailing me. I just have a few questions about this email. Did you forget to delete the part where it says like your contact information because you're using a template? And also, what's with the cease and desist? I thought it was CEASE. Who's doing your spell check?
And he's still not backing down. At this point, all he had to do was move on, because people on the internet just don't really remember stuff that much. So after his first attempt on trying to stop her failed, he could have just moved on, and a couple weeks later, no one would have cared anymore. But no, he decided to come back again by sending this absolutely embarrassing legal notice, which just got absolutely made fun of, because it looks like this guy desperately needs to hire people who can actually spell, because he ended up messing this up extremely badly. Not only he exposed himself that he's using a template and didn't even attempt to change it, he also misspells multiple words. But I guarantee when he was typing this, he was probably shaking his head thinking, that's definitely gonna stop this girl right here. And then finally, my company will be saved, even though it's my fault that is currently collapsing around me. This will definitely make her stop. But it did the complete opposite, because all he's doing is making more people talk about this situation and just giving this girl some easy W's, because man, it's just extremely easy to cook someone like Brian.
No, but this just keeps getting better. Another day, another email. This time you decided to fix the typos. Congratulations. And you also told me you're fixing the typos. Very interesting thing for your legal department to say. But your cease and desist at the bottom, I saw that it said rocketlawyer.com. So of course I had to call them and ask them, is this a real legal document? And they said no immediately. And they said this looks like a phishing scam and you should probably not respond.
That whole part is just amazing. First, he sends another email and complimenting himself that he decided to actually learn how to spell and write it correctly, which is a very interesting choice. And when she goes and actually tries to verify the email count, it is so bad that they automatically think it's a phishing scam. What is this guy doing? Why is he keep on going? Just give up at this point. You lost. You can move on from this, but he's just making this worse for himself. Actually, don't stop. Keep on going because this is too entertaining.
Anyways, then you decided you're going to start using my work email, which is public, to sign me up for corn sites, for Scientology, but you forgot that those companies will actually send you the IP where the accounts were made from. And it's funny because it's pinging in California, and I'm not in California, but I do remember that on Trustpilot, when you had your address up, it was coming up in California. Suspicious, huh?
Now, this is the first time I have ever heard someone trying to do something like this, which is just extremely surprising. Take someone else's email and try to sign them up to a bunch of things, I guess to make them look bad. Even though I'm positive there's no way something like that is actually going to work, I'm pretty sure 95% of the time, if you try to sign up with something, the company you're signing with is probably going to try to ask if this is the official person and if they're actually trying to do this. So I don't really know what his plan was. I mean, we can easily tell that this guy Brian lives in a fantasy delusional land. He's not living with us in the real world, since he was able to come down to the conclusion that this girl's living on easy mode because her father decided to cook food for her. So I wouldn't be surprised if he thinks, oh, since it's me sending her email, they're automatically just going to take it because it's me, Brian. I'm sending it, and I'm the CEO of Parchment Paper. You know, I'm someone who's really making a difference inside of this world. Bacon would not be the same if it wasn't for me. But obviously that didn't work, and he just embarrassed himself even more, which I didn't even know was possible. I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy has a humiliation fetish because I don't know why he keeps on coming back to get some more spankings.
I have honestly never had to deal with somebody like this in my whole entire life. You made fun of me for living life on easy mode and my influencer life, whatever you think that I'm doing, but you want attention so freaking bad because you will not stop talking about this. You are basically the only one who is still talking about this at this point. Since my initial email to you where I thought your company was hacked, I have not tried to contact you. At first, you were laughing and sipping Mai Tais on the beach, and then you were having crybaby sales because this was drawing you so much attention.
Let's see this right here. Crybaby sale for the real customer. The lack of self-awareness that this guy has is honestly hilarious. The fact that he's calling everyone else around him crybabies, and you are the people who are actually extremely soft, not me, even though what she said is true. He's the only person who keeps on talking about this because everyone else just move on. They just saw that this guy just exposed himself to be one of the biggest losers on the planet. They laughed at him for a couple of days, and kind of like everything on the internet, they just left and went to talk about another internet drama. But this guy, he just had to keep on coming back. He wanted to get a win, so he decided to do this extremely amazing tactic because that's definitely going to show her, I guess. I'm gonna call her the crybaby, even though I'm the one who's going to need to get my diaper changed because I keep on messing myself up.
And now you are so upset at the hate mob that's coming after you realized that your fake legal letters were not working. You thought it would be a smart idea to reach out to my boss at the agency that I work for and ask him to remediate the situation for you. You thought you could tell my boss to tell me to delete my videos. Just because you involved your business by commenting from your business profile does not mean that you get to include my place of work.
Man is so desperate just to save his crumbling company that he even went as far to basically tell the teacher, tries to contact her boss telling him, please, can you tell her to get rid of the mean TikTok that she ended up making about me, even though I was the one who just a couple weeks ago puffed my chest out and was proudly making fun of her for absolutely no reason. But it seems like my actions have consequences, and I don't really like that, so can you please tell her to stop? Thanks. What an absolutely hilarious move to go down, but that's not really that surprising. I mean, this man is literally having a temper tantrum right now. He is just losing his mind. So So that is the next logical step. Let me try to get her to lose her job.
When all of this failed, you thought it would be a great idea to send me one more email stating that you will deal with it as you see fit, whatever the hell that means. And then you decided to add this banner to your website. I'm sure you think that this banner is actually insulting me, but really, it's just keeping people away from your website. If you stopped and just apologized, this whole thing could have gone away. But you continue to talk about it, you continue to make stories about it, and you continually want the attention.
Okay, now this part probably has to be my favorite. The banner that he ended up added on his website. Let's go and read this together. We do not support any woke, feminist, cancel culture mob group who does nothing positive in society. What is this man talking about? Tell me, what positivity are you spreading in society right now? Going out of your way and just making fun of someone because their dad decided to cook food for them? Is that your way of spreading positivity? No, you're not allowed to do something like that. Also, I just love how people act on the modern internet. How the split second you lose an argument, instead of actually doing something productive like moving on, apologizing, no, I'm just gonna say as much buzzwords as possible because that just makes me sound extremely smart and cool. I called her woke and a feminist, which automatically means I'm right. And also, what is he even talking about cancel culture? People saw that you are just a terrible person and made fun of someone for no reason, and now they're angry at you. That is 100% your fault. And also, he tried to do one of those cancel culture techniques by trying to get this girl fired and contacting her job. This is a clear example on what happens if you argue on the internet too much, especially if you're on the really stupid side of Twitter, like the glue sniffing side. Now, there was a lot of people thinking that this part may actually be fake because that's just absolutely crazy to put on your website, but that is something that I don't really believe, even though currently right now if you go and check out their website, because shockingly it still exists, I truly thought that if you went to the website it was going to be shut down, but no, it is still here. The banner is gone, but I don't believe this is fake. I mean, seeing how this person is still angry about this whole drama, even though it happened a couple weeks ago at this point, I'm 100% positive that he perfectly decided to put this on his website and he actually thought it was a good idea. And he probably had to take it down because he was, one, probably getting made fun of a lot for it, or people just didn't want to go and buy anything, because I'm pretty sure if you log on a website and you see something like that, most people are just going to be turned off automatically because they're going to think, okay, I'm dealing with a guy who clearly been on Twitter too much and doesn't live in the real world. I gotta go.
As if all of this was not enough, you decided that you were going to start making all of your stories on your Black Label Paper account involving your other company now for no apparent reason. Take down another company, why don't you? Sure what your end game here is, and I'm not even sure that you know what your end game here is, but in your own words, I don't have time to bicker back and forth about some nonsense comments, nor is it my problem that you're offended over them.
And his next goal is to try to bring down every single company that he owns. So next he's trying to bring his Black Label Paper accounts and also talking about this drama too. And also saying some pretty insane things, which is also just extremely ironic. He still has this whole mindset where calling everyone woke and they're also trying to cancel me, even though this is 100% your fault. You decided to go out of your way to start this drama with a person, and also straight up just making stuff up, because in one of the Instagram stories that he ended up posting on one of his other company accounts, he ended up saying that he never used TikTok, which is just straight up not true. He's just making stuff up. What is wrong with this guy? Why is he calling everyone else delusional when he can't seem to walk inside of the real world? Again, Twitter brain rot. It's really scary. This is what it does to people. That is basically this whole drama. This man is absolutely insane, and he's doing the any percent speed run to shut down his company as quickly as possible. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. This is just something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.